Okay, welcome back, everybody. This is part 2 of Lao Tzu's Tao Te Ching. This is 5-minute intervals on Lao Tzu. This is johnkitover.com at 312-498-0517. The spirit of the valley never dies. It is called the female. The gateway of the dark female is called the root of heaven and earth. Uninterrupted as though persistent, it is effective without effort. Heaven is eternal and earth lasting. They are lasting and eternal. Because they do not live for themselves, therefore can they live forever. Thus also is the man of calling. He disregards himself, and his self is increased. He gives himself away, and his self is preserved. It is not thus, because he desires nothing as his own. His own is completed. The highest benevolence is like water. The benevolence of water is to benefit all beings without strife. It dwells in places which man despises. Therefore it stands close to Tao. Indwelling benevolence shows itself in place. In thinking, benevolence shows itself in depth. In giving, benevolence shows itself in love. In speech, benevolence shows itself in truth. In ruling, benevolence shows itself in order. In working, benevolence shows itself in competence. In movement, benevolence shows itself in timing. He who does not assert himself thereby remains free of blame. To hold on to something and thereby make it overflow, this is not worthwhile. To make use of something and still keep it sharp, this cannot be sustained for long. A palace full of gold and diamonds nobody can protect. To be rich, entitled, and arrogant into the bargain, this in itself attracts misfortune. When the work is done, it is time to withdraw. This is the Tao of heaven. Can you educate your soul so that it encompasses the One, without dispersing itself? Can you make your strength unitary and achieve that softness that makes you like a little child? Can you cleanse your secret seeing so that it becomes free of stain? Can you love men and rule the state so that you remain without knowledge? Can you, when the gates of heaven open and close, be like the female bird? Can you penetrate everything with your inner clarity and purity without having need for action? Generating and nourishing, generating and not possessing, being effective and not retaining, increasing and not dominating. This is the secret life. 30 spokes surround the hub. In their nothingness consists the carriage's effectiveness. One hollows the clay and shapes it into pots. In its nothingness consists the pot's effectiveness. One cuts out doors and windows to make the chamber. In their nothingness consists the chamber's effectiveness. Therefore, what exists serves for position. What does not exist serves for effectiveness. The 5 colors blind men's eyes, the 5 tones deafen men's ears, the 5 flavors spoil men's palates. Running and chasing make men's hearts mad, rare goods confuse men's ways. Therefore the man of calling works for the body's needs, not for the eyes. He removes the other and takes this. Grace is as shameful as a fright. Honor is a great evil like the persona. What does this mean? Grace is as shameful as a fright? Grace is something inferior. One attains it and one is as if frightened. This is what is meant by grace is as shameful as fright. What does this mean? Honor is a great evil like the persona. The reason I experience great evil is that I have a persona. If I have no persona, what evil could I experience? Therefore, whosoever honors the world in his persona, To him one may entrust the world. Whosoever loves the world in his persona, to him one may hand over the world. Okay, this has been 5 minutes of Tao De Jing by Lao Tzu. This is your humble reader, John Kitover.com. Call or text 312 498 0517.